Welcome to ABC Spotlight. Today we are going to be talking a little bit about technology, specifically security, and with me is Larry Owen, Marco Del Prince, and Erin Maccabee. How are you guys?
Good, how are you?
Awesome.
I am doing very well. I'm very excited to learn about everything you guys have to offer today. And
Thank you for having us.
No, thank you guys. I want to start off asking, what is Ambient AI?
Yeah, so I think when you describe Ambient, we are a technology company at our core. But what I think is more important, rather than describing like what we do, is kind of tracing it back to an origin story.
Okay.
Not a lot of people talk about origin stories.
No, but those are
right?
very important when it comes to companies.
They are. I mean, it's really like where your mission was ingrained out of.
Your core, definitely.
So our founder, Shakar, when he was very young, I think he was around 11 or 12, he was living in India. And when he was walking down the street with his mother, they were robbed at gunpoint. And obviously, very traumatic event happened at that age. But what really stood out to him was the fact that when that event took place, there were security cameras everywhere. And I think when we think about physical security and we see cameras, they tend to make us feel safe.
Definitely.
And that experience really kind of shook him at his core because he didn't understand why, if security cameras are in place, why wasn't it prevented? Why didn't someone show up to sort of prevent, that robbery from happening? And that was sort of an epiphany for him to kind of go down this road of looking into physical security solutions. So you fast forward several years, he ended up going to Stanford, and he met his co-founder, Vikesh. They were both studying computer vision intelligence. And computer vision intelligence is sort of like a subset of AI that, in a nutshell, it's like training computers to be able to identify and extract relevant behavioral data from a video stream.
Okay.
So they sort of saw the potential of AI very early on before anybody was talking about it. And I think they sort of shared in this mission of using this technology for the greater good. Because if you could train computers to do the same thing that a human would do, but you could scale that across millions and millions of cameras, you could make the world a much safer place. So that was sort of the origin story. And then they went out and they built a company where their sole mission was to prevent every security incident possible.
That sounds amazing, and I find it so interesting that he was able to make such a great thing from that particular incident, that it's not the best thing ever, but he was able to move past it and create this amazing company. But now I want to ask you, Larry, what is ISS?
Well, I don't have a dramatic story like that one.
But I'm sure you have an amazing story
But
as well.
yes, ISS is a company that was funded, was started in Puerto Rico in the year 2009. We were born from a technology company. We had wireless internet throughout Puerto Rico we were selling. And I was approached by one of the largest banks in Puerto Rico, asking me to help them provide security to distressed properties because they were being vandalized, and or the copper was being stolen, the windows were being taken out. And so we started providing them with cameras and bidirectional communication, which we monitor from our internet site, our internet company in Caguas. And that's where we were born. After that, we got rid of all the internet business and stayed doing security. And we have built a company that provides security for hundreds of customers in Puerto Rico, for the government, in some of the government, like the municipality of Caguas. We have expanded to the Dominican Republic, where we have provided security for hotels. We have provided security for airports, international airports, for banks. Recently, we were invited to Paraguay by the government to help them develop a citizen security solution.
Amazing.
So that's where ISS has come from.
You say you don't have an amazing origin story, but everything I heard sounds pretty amazing to me.
Yes.
So Margot, I want to take it back to you. Can you speak a little bit about the technology, the product? Where is this being used currently?
Yeah, sure. So I think when people hear AI, especially nowadays where it's all over the news and different applications, from a security perspective, there are there's a broad range of utility when it comes to leveraging artificial intelligence.
Okay.
So the way I would sort of look at it is, if you are monitoring security cameras, each site is unique. Each camera position is unique. You're looking for different things at different times, depending on if you're maybe protecting assets or IP or keeping your employees safe. like there's a very broad range of utilities. So what we've done is we've trained AI models to essentially deploy specific threat signatures.
Okay.
And a threat signature is like an individual like piece of context or behavior that once it happens, once that behavior takes place across a video stream, the AI is able to identify it and then raise that alert. So if we want some examples, if you're talking perimeter control, so raising a detection if a person jumps a fence or enters an unauthorized area or is loitering near the entrance, or even if a vehicle is loitering. If you're talking about unauthorized access, controlling who's coming in and out of your buildings, if a door is forced open, if a door is propped open, if someone tries to tailgate into a building without properly badging in. These are all things that are extremely difficult to detect because there's just too many cameras to monitor. And usually security staff they wear multiple hats.
And sometimes they're invisible to the naked eye, to put it that way, because what you're describing up to a certain point is a type of pattern that this technology is able to identify, correct?
Exactly. Yeah. So once we were able to sort of create these signatures, we went to market and we started meeting with some very large enterprises and kind of working with them strategically to deploy specific models across each stream. And we've taken the process that used to be all manual, where you're staring at video walls all day, you've got hundreds of cameras, but you're probably not detecting the needle in a haystack, to now we layer intelligence over that by connecting AI to their existing cameras. And when those behaviors happen, we raise the alert proactively to the security team. So those are some use cases. Industry is very broad. I mean, technology, we could talk about schools or corporate offices or data centers, manufacturing, you name it. If you've got multiple sites, of course, that are protected by security cameras, AI will completely like shift your posture from being very reactive to where you don't really know about it until it's too late to very proactive, so that you've kind of got eyes everywhere all the time.
That sounds amazing and extremely interesting. And I know we have two amazing companies, but you guys are deciding to work together and entering this type of partnership. I do have a question for you. Why Ambient AI? Why did you choose them?
Well, after you heard Marco,
I know, definitely. I know why, but I would love to learn a little bit more.
I think that we, as a company, of course, have a lot of many years of experience in this environment, understanding what, like Marcos was saying, where to place a camera, where to do the AI, where to do this other type of solution. And we went out and reviewed and evaluated multiple companies in the United States and for AI functionality. And what we found was that many of the companies either are very good with the AI function or another function which we haven't talked about, which is forensic AI. And forensic AI, it refers to the ability to review a video for a large period of time and pick a very specific items so that you can be very efficient in doing that. And AI is the only, Ambience is the only company that we have found that was very strong in both. Sometimes a company might be strong in AI or in forensic, but AI is very strong in both. So that's one of the things that really attracted us, their technology. Another thing, obviously, like he was telling the story about their founder, the vision that they had, and how they have made that vision into a reality. Definitely. And how not only are they getting customers, but also they have achieved the buyout of a lot of people in the industry, security industry, but also they have received a lot of financial backing from financial industry because they realize that they have a wonderful product. Finally, I think one of the things that really attracted us was that we share a common vision in our interest in the success of our customers. We want to make sure we understand as a company that if our customer has success with our product, we are going to be successful as a company. As a matter of fact, they have, I'll let him talk. They have a position that's just specializing on customer satisfaction.
And that is very important. And Aaron, this is your part. So I want to hear why customer success is so important for Ambient AI.
Absolutely. Well, it's all about designing with intent.
Okay.
So understanding exactly what is needed for each of our customers, because that's how we're going to deploy the most effective solution. Okay. It's about wrapping not just the product, but also the experience around what is going to move our customers from, as Marco mentioned, that reactive stance to a proactive one. How can they immediately or as quickly as possible get the return on investment with the product? So spending that time, becoming an extension of each of our customers, it means that we adapt our deployment for each customer. We understand what the risks are, what threats are going to be unique for their individual environments, and then we tailor that approach so that they get exactly what they need as quickly as possible. So that's what customer success is, and it's all about being very, very close, working together constantly, and ensuring that ultimately they are successful with the product. So.
And I'm pretty sure your customers are very happy with this because you're not just providing the service because it's your job. You're tailoring to each and every one of their needs,
Sure,
which is very important.
Our process starts with sitting with the customer and understanding their environment. We don't have a tailor, we don't sell a camera, or we don't sell a bidirectional or AI. We sell a solution. So what we do is that we sit with the customer and we understand their environment, we understand their needs, and based on that, we tailor design a solution to them, and that would include AI, it would include cameras, it would include bidirectional, it would include access control. We design the type of network that they need to be able to support that solution. So absolutely, being able to work with a company that understands that and realizes that, hey, we have a product that can help many, many different industries and be applied in many, many different ways. So they understand that they need to go and understand the customer needs and design something for them.
So your customers are very important for both of your companies, and I loved the way you guys explained it, that if your customers succeed, you guys succeed.
Well, we had entered into a very strategic partnership with Ambient in order to be able to represent them here in Puerto Rico and throughout the Caribbean and South America. So if anybody needs additional information, they can contact us. They can go to our website, www.isspr.net, or they can contact us at 787-457-1128, and we'd love to help you.
Amazing. Well, guys, I want to thank you for all this valuable information. I know everyone watching and listening finds it extremely interesting. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Thank you.
And you guys, this was ABC Spotlight, so see you next time.